Hi, it's Friday. Finally. Oof, been a long week. And it's fucking snowing. I don't like it. But it's springtime in Colorado. How wonderful is that? Definitely feeling better this morning. Still had a rough day yesterday, and it was just, I couldn't even just talk to anybody. It was like I had to maintain what little social battery I could manage for the people I worked with, and that was it. But I made it through. Although it sucked because it was like warm and sunny, and even when I went to lunch, I didn't have my coat, and then didn't have to do much outside for a while. And then when I had to go across the street for parts, I went over without my coat, and I about froze to death. So, and it was windy, and it was bullshit. But it's better today. Got home, made us dinner, and watched My Happy Place. There's an 80s movie called Short Circuit. If you've never heard of it, it is basically, it's with Steve Guttenberg, and I can't remember the girl's name. And it's about Steve Guttenberg's a scientist who creates these war robots. And one of them gets electrocuted somehow. I think it's a power transformer blows up next to him or something. And he becomes sentient and alive. And it is a super cute, super funny movie. It's just very innocent, sweet, cute humor. There's a Short Circuit 1 and a Short Circuit 2. And for some reason, those movies are my happy place. Like, out of, as much of a car guy as I am, you think Back to the Future or something like that. No. This is just innocent, sweet fun, and it kind of helped snap me out of it. I kind of started watching it while I was making dinner, and then I thought Cap was going to go back to his game, and Cap's like, no, let's watch this together. So I went and snuggled with him, and I put my hood on, and I was puppy, and I just giggled, and it helped. It helped a lot. Although Cap is really good sometimes. He knows when it's like, I just need that. I went to bed, and I fell asleep watching Short Circuit 2. Of course, I've seen both of them. He watched Short Circuit 1 once with me a while ago. He watched 2, and he was laughing his ass off. They are just very sweet movies, and right now we kind of need it, because everything's going on. It was the best way for me to escape. I even turned my phone off. Like, I didn't, as soon as I got home, I turned my phone off. I didn't have it on until I went to bed. And it just, hell, even when I got home, I kind of went in the bedroom and I had to decompress, and my watch went off for something, and I threw the watch across the room. Like, I just needed to be away. And it's just getting worse. Like, in every fucking possible way. And I can't watch it. I can't pay attention to it anymore. It's getting to be too much. And I know that's a lot of what the last couple of days have been. This whole week really has been. It also might be a little bit of a, come down from a lot of fun I had last week. Who knows? I really don't. All I know is that the last 2 days have been rough. And I'm feeling much better today. Much more positive. Which, given the weather's kind of weird, but I think, I got a good night's sleep. I fell asleep relatively early. I just really unplugged, and I'm probably going to do that tonight too. Just phone gets turned off, watch gets put away. I'm not here, because I don't know how much social battery I got left. I'm kind of glad we're not going out tonight. Part of me wishes we were, but the other part of me is like, yeah, you know what? Maybe just not, because then I have to put up with people, and I'm not sure I could do it. So, and of course, bark, I just realized something else. we're about 3 weeks from my birthday, and I always struggle on my birthday because my birthday growing up were never great. My mom tried, but you grew up in poverty. Birthdays and Christmases aren't always the best. Because, my mom tried. She did her best. She got me what she thought she could. She tried to make them the best birthday she could. But when you're in poverty, a birthday party really isn't on the list of things that can happen. My mom would make a cake. She might have, and it'd be from scratch, because the box mix was a little more expensive than just making it from scratch back in the day. She'd try. She really did. And looking back on it, she really did try a lot to make those times special, but she battled her own demons. She still is. And, I get it now. I get it now. Didn't then. But it's still a residual. You look up growing up and you have your friends have these big birthday parties and they get all these great presents because your friends' parents are, at least lower middle class. And, a 10-year-old kid, even though they might get it because my mom never hid it from me, still doesn't understand. And I've healed from a lot of it, but I think there's still moments where it's like my birthday. And then also, I'm hitting my late 40s, man. And I sometimes look at my life and go, well, I wasted a lot of it being in the closet. And sometimes it feels embarrassing learning to be a gay puppy in my 40s. The things that were acceptable that a lot of you know now or just never knew any different. And what I can and can't do and what I can and shouldn't do and what's socially acceptable in our community and in relationships. I'm getting better, but it's a lot. Especially when you're my age. Because I feel like I should know it already. So I feel embarrassed. I think it's a lot of the things that have happened recently that are very good and that I was encouraged to do, I feel bad about. And I think it's because I'm embarrassed. Like, I like doing it, but why didn't I? Why am I just figuring it out now? There's a lot to reflect on when it gets close to a birthday, And I'm 3 weeks out from mine. I'll be 47. And then there's, of course, the last year that hasn't been, a lot of great highs, moving in here and Kath and I moving in together and great job and everything else. We're in the trip to Texas and so many great things happened, but there's also a lot of not so great things. I'm just learning still. And you know what? This is the way I look at life and the way I've said before. If you stop learning, you stop growing. I plan on learning till the day they put me in the ground. Or I get dementia and I don't know what the fuck's going on. But up until that point, I always plan on learning. I always want to know new things, learn new things, try new things. Because why the fuck not? You're only on this rock once. You only got so many spins around that sun before it's all over. Ain't nothing after this. So you should learn to enjoy what you have now. And as long as it makes you happy and it's not hurting anybody else and it's not hurting you, most importantly, do it. So, I'm going to go get my Friday started, finish my coffees, and get ready for works. And then come home and bark. So, have a great weekend. I love you all, and thank you so much for watching.